Hi everyone, it's Agnes. I'm doing another viewer request today. It's from Isolda, and I'm going to read you what she's asked. Okay, sometimes I feel lost, like I have too much information about how to make my love come back, but I don't know where to start or how to apply the techniques in my situation, or I doubt if I'm practicing them in the right order. Okay, I'm going to read this bit by bit because it's a little bit longer than the average one. So, if you're wanting to make anyone come back, the most important thing is self-love. You can't get anyone back if you're feeling needy, if you're in longing, if you're in desperation, or if you think, I will feel better if they love me, okay? It's remembering that your self-love is your job, okay? So, self-love, most important thing, always, always, always. It is the foundation. It is the absolute platform from which everything else solves itself. Okay, so self-love, most important thing. Secondly, what you say to yourself. Actually, let me go back. Self-love, as in meditations, as in what you talk to yourself, how you talk to yourself during the day. So no more criticism of the self, no more looking for your character defects, telling yourself you're not good at things, that you're never going to get this, you're never going to get that. That kind of talk, negative talk towards the self, that all has to stop when you're doing self-love as well, okay? So it's not just sitting and doing self-love meditations. It's much, much bigger than that. And also practicing affirmations that support what you want, affirming that you are having what you desire. And if you want to do it as, wouldn't it be nice if I had a wonderful relationship with this person again, that is much easier to believe than saying, I now have a wonderful relationship with this specific person, because your head will go, no, you don't. Obviously, they're not here. So your head will argue with that, okay? So the wouldn't it be nice if thing, which comes from Abraham Hicks, is a much easier way so that your head doesn't argue and goes, yeah, you know what? It would be nice, okay? So, there is no right order, Isolda. It's about doing techniques that resonate with you. I mean, there's going to be some techniques that you go, you know what? I don't like that one. So you don't do those. You practice the ones that you go, oh, I like that one. I remember Abraham Hicks used to say about money that you wander around with $100 in your wallet and then you go places and you spend that $100. When I used to do that, it used to make me feel poor, and it made me used to feel like I couldn't buy anything. So that particular technique wasn't good for me, and yet my friends that do the law of attraction, they've had a lot of success with it. So you can see different techniques resonate with certain people, some don't. So go towards the ones that work and resonate for you. Okay, so could you please make a YouTube about isn't it contradictory, for example, living in the end and at the same time doing revision? Okay, well, both of those techniques are from Neville Goddard. The whispering technique, eliminating limiting beliefs and about your specific person. Okay, living in the end is solution thinking. What you're doing is whatever problem you've got, you're wiping it away and you're living in the end result of what you want, okay? So that's solution thinking, solution imagining. And at the same time, revision. Now, revision, again, is you had some kind of problem. You've had an emotion about it, negative usually. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be thinking about revision. And what you do is you revise it the way you wanted it to be. Again, solution thinking. The whole thing about the law of attraction, about Neville Goddard's techniques, is that you hop into imagining, thinking, talking about solutions, okay, which gets you out of the vibe of problem, because problem is all this negative emotion, feeling hurt, feeling angry, feeling powerless, feeling jealous, whatever it is. So the revision is putting over the top of something that wasn't good or something that you didn't like and putting the solution over the top. You're pasting it over the top the way you wanted it to be, okay? So the whispering technique too. You're actually whispering a solution into someone's ear so that you receive that which you seek. So I hope that makes it a little bit easier. There are different techniques to assist you to feel like you have what you want. And as I said previously, different techniques will not resonate with you, but some will. So just stick to the ones that you do feel that you understand and you want to apply. Okay, so next part, because sometimes I think like if I were sending the universe negative vibes, because I practice all the techniques, it's like if I were projecting the energy that I'm not with my loved one. Yeah, I mean, look, if you're someone that can totally be in the state of being with your loved one and having no doubt and not doing any techniques, then go for it. I think the techniques are there to help you move up into believing state, okay? So the better you feel about your desire, whatever technique you use, that's sending the universe the message of, I have this, it's wonderful to have this, and I'm enjoying this, even though it's actually, in a way, pretending, living in the end, living in the wish fulfilled, living from it, is all pulling into your 3D world now, what you haven't got, but your focus on it in the unformed world is what the chord, there's a chord between that unformed world and you here, and the chord is your focus and your attention to it. That's what brings it through to you. It's like a line of energy. It pulls it in, okay? Like when you go fishing. Zzzt, attention and focus zzzt, brings it in, okay? So, and you've asked here, what would be the right or the most effective order to apply them? There isn't. You just do what feels right for you. The most important thing is the self-love and feeling good and stopping noticing that you haven't got stuff, okay? At times, revising or doing visualizations makes me feel like I'm not with her yet. Yep, that's true. It does happen sometimes, but that's usually when you're not feeling good at all, that's when that happens. The better you feel, the easier it is to revise, the easier it is to do imagining, because you're putting that good energy into it. So, yeah, maybe do those things when you're feeling a little better, and then it's a little easier. That would be my suggestion. Okay, also, if I watch your videos about how to get an ex back, it makes me be more present to the fact that I'm not with her, because if we were back together, I wouldn't watch those YouTubes. That's true. But looking at YouTubes, because a lot of people do, as you know, so many of us do, that's how we connect with our flock, the ones that think the things that we like to think, and you can group yourselves. That's why Facebook and YouTube is so good, and Instagram, all those. That's the plus side of social media, as you group with people that study and think about the same things you like to think about. So, you said, yeah, so you watch that's true, you wouldn't watch the YouTubes if you were really believing in the end result. However, to go from not being with someone to being with somebody, I think the average 95% of the people can't take that jumping from the state of not having to the state of having. And so watching videos on YouTube, reading, applying techniques is what creates stepping stones to get there. Otherwise, you've got to jump, quantum leap, jump from not believing that you're with your person to being with your person. And I've yet to meet anybody that can jump that quick. It's usually a more gradual process for most people. So, now, can you please tell me what are the daily steps to make her back quicker? Okay, so the fact that you've asked that, Isolde, tells me something. That you think if you get her back quicker that you will feel better and you will feel more loved for having a wonderful brand new relationship. But the thing is, you got to make peace with where you're at. And Abraham Hicks talks about that a lot. You got to be feeling loved here. You've got to be enjoying yourself here. You've got to be in a state of fulfillment here. You've got to be satisfied and joyful here without her. And then she comes. It's not about, I got to get over there quickly because the love's over there. It's not over there. This is the thing. The love is here within you right now. And the moment you realize that, the moment you cultivate that, the moment you call it up through changing your repetitive habitual thoughts about I'm not loved, I'm not loved, I'm not loved, I'm not loved, that you've practiced for decades, because that's where the problem lies, is in here, about that, and I need to get to that person so I can feel loved. It's not that at all. The specific person just highlights to you with a big torch, shining a spotlight on, I'm not able to love myself good enough. And that's what I need to work on, is my love between me and me. See, really, a specific person is really, it's not an issue between you and your specific person. It's always an issue between you and you, what you think about yourself, how loved you feel, how respected you feel, how wanted you feel, how much you feel you matter, how much you feel you're important in the world, how much you feel that you're good enough, how much you feel that you're successful, that you're capable, that you are a wonderful, beautiful person. That's what the work is. Once you get that happening, understanding it, feeling it, applying it, your specific person feels it too. But while they feel that you are trying to get love from them, and I just got to get over there to get a relationship from them and then I'll be okay, that's the mirage. It's not real. They're not the oxygen tank. You are your own oxygen tank. And once you get that, feel it, believe it, do it, you're a hell of a lot more attractive to them emotionally, and that's the thing that pushed them away in the first place. Okay? So, okay, what else did you say? I'm now applying the techniques and meditations randomly, but I feel like they're not working. Randomly? You can't do it randomly. You've got to be specific, focused, discipline, and practice. It's like lifting weights. You can't just lift all different weights and expect for your arms to get strong. You got to do repetitions, you got to do the same weights, and you got to do it over and over, and then you get stronger in that area. It's like doing an imaginal scene. People say, oh, can I do different imaginal scenes? Well, you can if you want, but I can tell you, those that concentrate and be specific about one imaginal scene get way better results. So, yeah. Now, I'm doubtful and fearful if she were with someone else or she has forgotten me forever. Okay, remember that's the contents of your consciousness. As you project that out, you get the reflection and the experience of that. Okay? Everything is you. Everything is you. Everything is what you think, what you feel, what you do. And that goes out, photocopies, comes back to you as the absence of that person. Okay? So you've got to work on your doubts, your fears, your thinking, your repetitive habitual thoughts, your feelings of I'm not good enough or I'm not whatever it is, because you'll know by now what things you think and feel. How to eliminate those negative thoughts and have the deep feeling she will come back. There's no way around that. It's practice. It's changing your thinking. It's working at it an hour at a time. It's doing it a day at a time, a week at a time, a month at a time, a year at a time. You get better at it, better at it, better at it. You practice. You don't let your head go off. It's like a wild horse. You've got to rein it in. You're in control of your mind. It's not in control of you, remember. Okay? Okay, could you please clarify all that in a YouTube? Okay, I hope I've done that. And that's it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wish you all the best. Hugs and love. Thank you very much, Isolde. I hope that helps. I know it'd be easy to tell you that there's a quick fix, but there is no quick fix. This is a lifestyle. This is self-love and daily watching your thinking and your feelings and improving that. That's the work. And there is no shiny new object that you've got to chase. It's the self-love. It's the continuing to be stable emotionally. It's choosing to be at peace. It's choosing to relax. It's choosing to surrender. It's choosing to feel self-love. It's choosing to stop doing all that crazy behavior in terms of checking people's Facebook, acting like a crazy person. I heard somebody say they opened up a second Facebook account to try and get to their ex. Like that's trying to force something, trying to make things happen. You can't get there like that. So relax, do your self-love, focus on you, become the best you that you can be. And then you radiate that out. And that's the best thing you can do for anything you want to manifest, specific person, money, anything. Okay? That's all I got to say.